And we're live. In 3, 2.
Okay, here we go.
Hi.
Hi. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing? Okay.
Good. You good?
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm really good at this thing or not. It's really
trying another gadget.
Yep.
Okay, so for this video, we're going to talk about how we met.
How did we meet?
Well, we met because of church.
Yes. Not at church.
But because of church.
Yeah.
So my dad was a pastor, and then when I was in middle school, he stepped out of pastoring as a full-time occupation, and we started going to a church where your dad eventually became the pastor. By then, I was in college and coming home on the weekends. I had one of my roommates with me at that particular weekend, and the church was having a after church luncheon type of thing for graduates. My brother was graduating high school, so my family was at this luncheon. You were obviously there because your dad's the pastor at this point.
Yep.
And I think we had seen each other around and kind of knew who each other
the first
were.
time I remember you, was several months earlier. We went to a winter conference together.
And that would have been February or January.
Yeah, it was several months before. And you had your trumpet and you were playing. Were you playing over top or up? I can't remember if you were down below or up on the top.
I was at the top. There was I don't remember where we were. It was in Gatlinburg, but whatever this convention center or whatever it was.
Yeah.
There was like an entrance to the big auditorium building or whatever that was down below where we were.
Like a big old wall. Yeah, like a cement wall. And I just remember you were playing your trumpet.
There were all these people down there waiting to get in.
But I was down below.
Yeah, you were down there with all those people down below waiting to get in.
Yeah.
And I guess my group and I were still up at the top. And we were overlooking all these people.
And I remember you being funny with your trumpet. Yeah. Like you weren't just playing it normally.
I was playing my trumpet for everybody from the top of this thing where everybody could see and hear.
So that's the first time I remember.
Stuff like when the saints go marching in.
But at that point, I thought you were kind of like a frat boy, like too cool.
Oh, you thought I was a punk?
Yeah, it kind of stuck up. I did. So I
just insinuated that frat boys are punks. Is that a good stereotype?
Well,
or bad? I mean, a bad stereotype. I think at that stage in most of their lives, they are punks.
Yeah.
And I can see how I probably came across as one.
Yeah. I mean, you were 20, right? 19 or 20?
At that 20. Point, I probably was 20.
You probably just turned 20. Or maybe 21.
I had just turned 21.
We were youth leaders, which I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Anyway.
Chaperoning. We were chaperoning children as children.
Okay.
Anyway.
I digress. So that's the first time I remember like noticing you. But I was like, man.
Yeah. And we're at this thing where there's people walking.
Yeah, and we have a camera.
So we're distracted.
Weird. They probably think
we're clearly not used to doing this kind of thing.
I would think.
Anyway, now this video is going to be really long.
That guy just looked at us.
Yeah, look at those weirdos.
We are weird.
That's what he's thinking.
Hi. Anywho, okay.
So like when you were looking at me that day, you thought I was a weirdo.
Not weird. I didn't think you were weird. I just thought you were not my type.
So anyway, that's you saying that's the first time you noticed me. I feel like I had noticed you and I just felt like, the preacher's kid, whatever. I know what that's like. Yeah. We're all got issues, whatever.
So anyways, at this dinner.
Thought you were cute, but whatever. Oh, that's where part of the history comes in because You had serious relationships, and
Yeah, I had just moved from California where I broke off an engagement.
I had serious relationships.
And I had dated a few guys in Dalton, and I was like, Dalton people, sorry.
See, Shawna, you can't just blurt out these things.
It was a
We're gonna have to start
culture.
over.
It was a culture shock, and so I struggled with the difference. We're gonna have to edit some of this one. Anyways, I struggled
I was
with
just gonna
the
be real.
culture. We are being real. I'm sorry, Dalton people. They are wonderful people there. I just was very culturally shook. So anyway, so I just wasn't interested in dating anymore at that point.
Yeah, me either. I had some serious relationships and had just come out of a serious relationship. Was not interested in dating. I think I was a few months out of a serious relationship, and I think part of my, coming across like frat boys because I was probably living like one. No, not probably. I was living like one, and still chaperoning the youth.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, God forgive me. So fast forward to that weekend. That's when we kind of knew of each other and noticed each other. Was that winter conference thing?
Yeah,
Or
but
whatever
then
it was
this is
called.
like in
What was
May.
it called? Winter Fest is what they called
Winterfest,
it.
yeah. But
And
then that was like early in the year, and
yeah, so
this
then
dinner was
fast
in
forward to
May.
May,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's when this luncheon thing was happening.
Yeah.
And so we had all had our lunch, and everybody was just kind of doing their own thing.
Their table was wild. I just remember how loud they were and how much fun they were having. So I did
Because my
notice.
family, we're fun. My
They
side
were,
of the
yeah.
family, we're fun.
Okay, that's good. I just remember that. I'm just saying what I remember. That I like
Wild and
during
crazy bunch, the Asbels.
during the dinner. I just remember how it was
You can do this. Watch this.
some loud things. What am I doing? I don't know what's happening.
See that little joystick?
Oh,
You can control it.
like oh. I am
Look at
not
that.
there. Okay, that's better. This feels better.
Now I'm kind of.
Is that better? Okay. Anyways, we don't know. I don't have. He gave me control of the camera, and that's a really not a good thing
Because I was driving.
I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
You want to hold it? I'm not good at this. Your head's cut off.
Now we're gonna have a weird upward angle.
Okay, it's great. Finish the story.
Okay, so you had gone out to the parking lot for some reason, probably smoking.
Probably not.
And my roommate and I, you were coming back inside the building, and I was going. My roommate and I, we were walking out the building. That's what was happening.
We were all walking out of the building. I was in front of you, leaving.
How do I not remember it being that way?
Don't remember why you don't remember. We were both on the inside of the building.
Okay, so we were all going out to smoke. And Shawna was walking in front of us.
Yeah.
And
he forgot.
I'm just thinking of which part I want to say first.
Oh.
And she was wearing this cute little dress, looking hot, so I was really noticing. And as we approached the door, it was a pull door, but she tried to push, and so she like ran into the door. And then she just laughed about it. She just kind of shrugged it off and laughed about it, and I thought that was awesome, that she didn't take herself so seriously, that she wasn't embarrassed that she just kind of shrugged and laughed it off and kept going. And so I thought, this girl isn't a little bratty preacher's kid after all. She is not only good looking, she has a personality that I think I could get on board with from my fun, crazy, wild Asbel perspective.
And when I turned around, him and his roommate were laughing, and I thought, well, at least I can laugh about that with me. They didn't pretend like they didn't see it, which was good.
You were thinking, wow, he's actually pretty handsome.
I don't know.
Probably not.
What I was thinking.
And so I called her. Actually, I had to do some research. Back then, you couldn't just get on Snapchat and snap somebody.
Sure couldn't.
Instagram message them or whatever. You couldn't just text somebody. You had to research and get their landline phone number and call them. Call and ask their dad.
Did you ask my dad?
Well, whoever answered the phone.
Oh.
Ask whichever parent answered the phone.
Yeah.
If you could speak to their daughter.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
Yep.
So I actually called my brother, who I knew would have access to some phone numbers, to give me y'all's family's phone number so I could call. And we just talked. And I asked her out on a date.
Yep.
And the rest is history. Happily ever after.
Wow. We slayed a few dragons.